Hi, my name's Jacqueline Lewis, and today I'll be talking about how mushrooms will save the world. First of all, let's be real. Our world is becoming more and more crowded every day. Increased population leads to increased consumption. With more and more people, production increases, and we create more trash and waste that is spreading all over the planet. We are not in control of our waste, which finds its way to our waterways through the sewer system. This is a problem, ultimately leading to pollution. But how much trash do we actually produce? According to PlasticOceans.org, a nonprofit creating awareness for plastic waste in the oceans, over 16 billion pounds of plastic are dumped into the ocean each year. That's around 8 million tons of trash, or around 2.6 million mid-sized pickup trucks, or 53,000 blue whales of plastic per year. The worst thing about plastic is that it was created to last a long time. Plastic takes the longest to break down of any other type of waste, aside from glass. As seen in this image from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, plastic-coated paper found in food packaging takes 3 months to degrade. Plastic bags take 10 to 20 years. Styrofoam takes 50 years. Beverage holders take 400 years. And disposable diapers and plastic bottles each take 450 years to break down. If we don't do something now, then we are out of luck. Experts think that plastic will outweigh the number of fish in the ocean by 2050, but recent calculations have only brought the doom closer to 2040. The fight against waste is overwhelming and almost hopeless. With all of this doom and gloom, how are we going to solve the problem of too much waste? Mushrooms? According to the self-proclaimed mushroom messiah, Paul Stamets, mushrooms can create products to replace insecticides, fertilizers, medicine, and even fossil fuels. Mushrooms have roots similar to plants called mycelium, which hold soil together. This system, which Paul compares to the structure and complexity of the universe, as well as our neuron system, is the secret to creating environmentally friendly alternatives to all sorts of products. The most efficient building structures and subway systems have been inspired by mycelium growth. Mycelium can hold together up to 30,000 times its own mass, creating very solid yet sometimes soft objects. Mycelium has been used to create furniture, teddy bears, and even dresses. Mushrooms can be used to create ethanol called econol from plant cellulose. Mushroom packaging can replace traditional plastic, and mushroom fertilizer can replace conventional fertilizers. And in the end, these products can become beneficial compost for your yard. But what can we do to retroactively reduce the amount of waste in our world? The answer is the fungi Mutarium. This cool piece of machinery provides an ideal environment for mushrooms to grow, using plastic and kelp as food. The end product is edible mushrooms, usually oyster mushrooms, which are completely safe to eat. They filter out all of the nasty byproducts of breaking down plastic, so there's no worry to our health after consuming these designer mushrooms. First, the plastic is disinfected with UV light using the compartment underneath the Mutarium. Second, mycelium that is formed into a pod are placed in the habitat, with the plastic and other food inside. Third, nutrient-rich water is splashed onto the pods to jumpstart growth. After a couple of weeks, the pods are ready to be harvested and eaten. Delicious! This product is not available to the public yet, so what can we do in the meantime? A great idea of what you can do is to write a letter to the editor or even a letter to your local congressman so your opinion is heard. For example, in the late 80s and early 90s, a group called McToxics applied pressure on McDonald's to replace their styrofoam packaging. Through dedicated protests that included writing letters and mailing used packaging back to the corporate office, the company finally announced an alternative in 1990. Another idea is to use mushroom fertilizers when growing your own food, and talk to local farmers about changing the types of fertilizers and pesticides they use. Mushroom fertilizers increase production rate and quality since they produce a blend of nutrients that plants need to grow successfully. Mushrooms and other microorganisms present in these fertilizers also help keep the soil healthy, reducing the need for synthetic fertilizers that can be present in the soil for years. Here's a visual comparison of a tree planted without mycelium fertilizer on the left, and a tree planted with mycelium fertilizer on the right. Obviously, there is a huge difference in root growth. Although the initial cost of mushroom fertilizer may be more, the increased yield should incentivize farmers to make the smart decision. Overall, your voice matters. Mushrooms can only save the world if we let them. Thank you.